In this lesson, we are going to test the login process. The first thing we are going to do is create a new test for that, login.spec.js. Next, we are going to describe the login. Next, we'll have an it, and just so we understand exactly what we are testing, let's open up another browser window and test out the login functionality. So I'll visit localhost, port 4001, and here I'm going to register a new account, and you can see successfully registered. Now I'll sign in with the credentials I just registered, and I'll pass in a password, and great. And now after registration and after successfully logging in, you can see we had a successfully logged in message. We have, hey, Dr. Misap, which is the name of the newly signed in user. We also have a logout button, and the user is redirected to the home page. So this is the exact functionality we are going to test. So I'm just going to close this window. Okay, so we are going to test should login a user, flash a message, and redirect to the home page. The first and most important thing for us to know is that we are not going to be communicating directly with our server. We are going to be mocking out the server. Why? Because I believe we already have integration tests testing to make sure that the API works correctly. And instead of sending emails in our Cypress test, we can simply directly go ahead and mock out the server completely and test the client side and interaction of our application. So to mock our server, first we are going to call site.server. With this, Cypress is automatically going to prevent any outgoing XHR request. Next, we need to register a route. For this, we are going to call the site.route method, in this case a post, and the endpoint is API version 1 auth login. This is the route we are listening to. And then here we are going to send the data that should be responded to when the client makes a call to this endpoint. For that, we are going to get fixtures, and stay with me, okay? So in the fixtures folder, I'm going to rename this to user.json, and I'm going to paste this fixture. And this fixture is simulating the data that we are going to get from an actual API request. Now in our login.spec, we can load that fixture by saying site.fixtures, and the name of the fixture is the user.json, and we are going to call a method called as, and this is going to be user. Now instead of passing in data here, we can simply say @user. And what does this mean? First, we mock our server, and what this is going to tell Cypress to do is any outgoing API request in our client that we are testing should not be sent to the server. Instead, they should be intercepted by Cypress. Now we need to register the endpoint that should be intercepted by Cypress. So we say cypress.route, and we are registering a post route, which means any outgoing post request to this endpoint from our application being tested by Cypress is going to be intercepted, and Cypress is going to respond with @user. And what is @user? It's our fixture that we loaded. So site.fixtures is going to load the fixture in this user.json file and save it as an instance variable called user. Okay? So now, if I save this, we have an error that says site.fixtures is not a function, and that's because it's supposed to be fixture. Sorry about that. Now, if we check out our login process, you can see that a new route was registered, and you can see stopped as yes. So every API call to this endpoint is going to be intercepted by Cypress, and Cypress would respond with this user.json data. Now, let's actually take care of the login process. First, we'll visit the login page, site.visit/auth/login. Next, we need to select the email field, so sci.get, and we are going to get an input where the name attribute is equal to email, and we are going to type into that email field, and the value is going to be any email. But in this case, let's just use the email from our fixture, because what we really type in here does not matter since we've stopped out our server. Then we are going to cy.get an input where the name is password. And we are going to type in that input password. Then, since there's just one button on the page, we can get button and we can click on it. Now, I'll save this. And as the test run, if you watch that very closely, you're going to see that the login was successful. I'll log out, run the test again, and you can see that's where Cypress types into the input boxes and the user is successfully logged in. Okay, so I'm just going to enlarge this so you can actually see it well. Then I'll run the test. Okay, awesome. Alright, now we need to place in our assertions. First, we need to assert that the user's name matches what we expect, because in our fixture, we have a fixed user name. So we expect that the text right here should be hey and the name of the user. For that, I'm going to go to our top bar.view and I'm going to add some IDs. And if you've never used Vue.js before, don't worry about this. Just simply go to the HTML and add the ID. So, for example, this text that says, please confirm your email address, I'll give it an ID of confirm email. Next, where we have the user's name, I'm going to give this an ID of auth username. And finally, the logout button, I'm going to give it an ID of auth logout. Okay, so now in my login.spec, I can cy.get the element with ID of confirm email and expect that it should contain a text, please confirm your email address. Next, I'm going to get the text of auth username and assert that it should contain the text of hey doctor. And that's because in my fixture, the name of the user is doctor. Next, I'm going to get the element of auth logout and expect that it should contain logout. Alright, so now I'll save the details. My Cypress test automatically ran. And now we have a successful test. If we enlarge this to see our assertions, you can see that everything is green. And that's exactly what we want. Alright, that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully this is enough information for you to get on testing all other parts of your applications.